It's time to talk about trade and cut candidates, and in this video I'm going to give you 7 players who the Lions could move away from for the 2022 NFL season. Why is that? Because we drafted players in the draft, upgraded positions, and it could push others out. But before we get into today's video, if you're a fan of taking an electric eel, swallowing it while it's alive and very, very angry, go ahead and subscribe to my channel because we talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. And sometimes being a Lions fan, you can get shocked. Also, make sure you take that like button with you and let that bad boy get shocked. Let's get into today's Lions 7 cut trade candidates. First player on my list is defensive lineman Michael Brockers, the guy who can wield the hammer of Thor. We traded for him last year to upgrade the defensive line, more importantly, to give veteran leadership to our young players. Now, he does still have some ability, and he's not too old. We're talking about 31 years old, and he is a staple upon this defensive line regarding leadership. But the Detroit Lions went into this NFL draft and upgraded the edge position, as well as somewhat of interior when you come out Joshua Pascal. He can play both, and Aiden Hutchinson. So it potentially could move Michael Brockers out of here. You could get a late round draft pick, maybe before the 53 player cuts, a team who loses a veteran defensive lineman. We can ship Michael Brockers away, save a little bit of money, and have something towards us capital for the 2023 NFL draft. Let me know in the comment section below. Would you trade or cut Michael Brockers? Y for yes and N for no. Let me know what you guys think. If yes, what do you think a potential trade you could get for him? If no, tell me why you want him on this football team. Next player on my list is safety/cornerback Will Harris. The Detroit Lions upgraded the safety position this year. Deshaun Elliott from the Baltimore Ravens, veteran, playmaker, hard hitter. He does have a little bit of injury, but we signed him. And Kirby Joseph in the NFL draft, playmaking safety, perfect for opposite of Tracy Walker. That pushes Will Harris out of the safety position. And if you look at Will Harris, he was not good safety at all. Worst in the NFL, one of the worst, and it just did not suit his strengths. So they moved him to cornerback position to play corner. But the Detroit Lions are getting back a plethora of players. Jeffrey Okudah, Jerry Jacobs, Melifonwu in his second year healthy, and we drafted a corner late in the draft, so that could push Will Harris out of the team. Could the Detroit Lions look to trade him? Potentially. I think it'd be a player v. player again if a team loses a safety or a cornerback. That's potential, but more than likely it would be a cut candidate. Next player on my list is a guy who we traded for last year as well, Trinity Benson. A lot of talk about this guy because we gave up 2 draft picks to get this wide receiver who came to the Lions and did absolutely nothing. And that is not good for a trade. And if you look what we did with the wide receiver position there, we upgraded big time. We drafted Jamison Williams. We got DJ Chark. We have Quintez Cephus, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, and Khalif Raymond. And we picked up guys as well in free agency as undrafted rookies. That potentially could push Trinity Benson out of the lineup. He didn't do anything for us last year. Why would we have him on this team? Removing one of those guys that I just listed doesn't make sense. They're all better than he is, in all honesty. Could he be a guy in the practice squad? For sure. But he definitely has a chance to get cut by the Detroit Lions. I don't see any trade possibility for this player. Next player on my list is Godwin Igwebuike, the running back. Now, he does have speed. I liked his speed, but there's something that I did not like about him. He fumbled quite a bit. Matter of fact, I called him Godwin Igwefumble because the guy just could not hold on to the football. For the Detroit Lions, this team, you must hold on to the football and not do turnovers. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot. As the Detroit Lions, we've seen it many games before and after. Shoot ourselves in the foot, fumble, turnover, turnover. And if you look at what we did at the running back position, we picked up an undrafted rookie, Bell, who I think potentially could make this roster. And that's going to push one of these running backs out, whether it be Jamar Jefferson or Godwin Igwebuike. It is a fierce running back right now combination in the room. We got Swift, we got Williams, we got Reynolds, we got these two, and the undrafted. So one of these guys is going to be pushed out. Is it going to be the guy who we drafted last year, Jamar Jefferson, or is it going to be Godwin Igwebuike, who was having issues holding on to the football? Folks, if you have not liked this video, smash that like button. Let's get to 400 likes. Chat Sports, they love to get those likes up. They tell me it all the time, and it just takes a second. If there is an ad, I don't know if there's going to be one, then just take that second, press that like button, and we are good to go. Let's continue on with the wide receiver position here, who potentially could be a cut or trade candidate. That is Quintez Cephus. Now, I like Quintez Cephus. I do. I have no issues with this wide receiver at all, but he was not drafted by this regime. And guess what? He got injured last year, and we upgraded the position immensely. Could that push a Quintez Cephus out? He could be a trade candidate. Maybe, again, a player v. player for a player swap when we're breaking down the 53-man roster. If the Lions don't feel they need his ability because we upgraded the wide receiver position, and maybe we have players who they rely on a little bit more, maybe like Khalif Raymond. They could go ahead and move Quintez Cephus from the Detroit Lions. Yes, he's the better wide receivers when I think of Trinity Benson, but they could be looking at that as getting another position upgraded, or again, you could get a draft pick later in the draft. That is a possibility for sure. Another player that could be cut, in my opinion, is John Penisini. John Penisini has a chance to be cut because upgrading the interior defensive line is exactly what we did this draft. Again, just like I was talking about Michael Brockers, who is going to be left out of this position? You get Joshua Pascal. He fills a need. Does that push out John Penisini? Possible. Absolutely. It could do that. Maybe they just don't feel like they want to re-up. Again, we didn't draft, this regime did not draft him to this football team. So they could look at him as a replacement or a Michael Brockers. This one is going to be very intriguing to see from beginning to end who they go with on the defensive line. They could keep him for sure, but they could move him as well. Have you guys tried BetUS? Go to chatsports.com, bet on some NBA games. You don't have to bet a whole lot. All you got to do is bet $5. You don't have to be crazy and go all in. You put in the promo code LINES125, you get a 125% deposit bonus. You make a little bit of cash, and that's what it's all about, folks. Making some money. Making some extra moolah to help out. It's better than going to a casino because, in all honesty, the casino in the house always wins. Next player that could be cut, in my opinion, is Jamar Jefferson, running back, just like you're talking about with the running back position. Getting Bell potentially could push one of these guys out. Jamar Jefferson, late round pick last year. Could he be on this team? For sure. Could it be Igwebuike that gets cut? Potentially. Could another one pop up like a Craig Reynolds did last year? Most definitely. But if you're not producing, you're not healthy, and you're not in the mix with other running backs, we got to upgrade the position. Jamar Jefferson could be on his way out. I still think Godwin Igwebuike is the guy that is gone. I think Jamar Jefferson does get a leg up on him, but it's possible that they decide to go another route. Or maybe Bell doesn't make the team, and the running back room stays exactly the way it was last year. It's going to be very interesting. Let me know what you guys think. What players do you think the Detroit Lions are going to cut that was on this team last year? Put in the name. I want to know what you guys think. Could we go a different route at backup quarterback like a David Blau? Do we go with 3 quarterbacks. We could go with just 2 quarterbacks because David Blau didn't do anything. He's a potential person who I could see the Detroit Lions saying to the na-na maybe a different time. But let me know what you guys think. Folks, in the upcoming videos, mailbag video dropping tomorrow, 11 in the morning. Videos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and of course the One Pride podcast on my channel every single Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's a fun show. Y'all love it. It's a great time. It's all about having fun. You put in the questions and we talk about it. We get at them. So make sure you guys show up for that and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. You can follow me on all social media sites, folks. Talking about Twitter, Facebook, LNU app. I am on there. Follow me on LNU app. With that said, folks, adios.